Greetings, fans. It is me, Butthurt the Failhog. Today I am going to set out on the first leg of my journey to find one of the Chaos Emeralds. But before I do, there is a matter of great importance that I must tell you. You are all well aware that Gloria Tesh is the world's youngest novelist, who began writing at the age of 10 and celebrated her 13th birthday with the publication of her first novel, Maridonia and the Seven Bridges. When I met Gloria Tesh at her book signing, I was awestruck, for when I opened the book and started reading the first chapter, I was instantly pulled into a world of fantasy adventure that got me hooked, and I couldn't put the book down. One of my teachers yelled at me and told me to go to the principal's office for reading Maridonia in class, but it was worth it. The two main characters, Maya and Joey, are the most interesting and well-developed protagonists I have ever seen. They are so wonderful. You can't help it. You have to love them. Most of all, above anything else, Maridonia is original. The mind of Gloria Tesh is a wealth of creativity that can be rivaled by no other. Why do you think that entire chapters are written exactly like passages from the Bible, word for word? And the rules of the world of Maridonia are so much like C.S. Lewis's Narnia? It's because her creative talent is on par with much older, well-established authors of classics. No, she's even better. She is the world's youngest novelist, after all. Her writing is as touching as theology that many people take very seriously, so she wouldn't just copy and paste from scriptures that people consider sacred and would be offensive to plagiarize. So it is logical that the Maridonia series are the greatest books of all time, and Gloria Tesh should be heralded as the world's youngest author. There may be other people who got books published by the age of 6, but Maridonia and the Seven Bridges is a real novel with 90 chapters and 800 pages, thickened out by its wide margins and size 20 font. And another thing, those other authors got their books reviewed and published only after editors picked them apart. Maridonia and the Seven Bridges was clearly already perfect in its first draft, because Gloria Tesh's family paid to have it mass-produced by Vanity Publishing. It didn't need to be criticized. In fact, it was so perfect, she even split it into two 400-page books and resold them, because who wouldn't want to reread the same thing in 2 installments? It's just like taking Sonic the Hedgehog 3 out of your Sonic and Knuckles lock-on port and playing through Sonic 3 standalone, and then putting Sonic and Knuckles back into your Genesis and playing that game without Sonic 3 locked onto it. And now I am getting to the issue at hand. Yes, it has to do with my crusade to stop criticism. While Googling for Maridonia, I found this website called www.impishidea.com. I saw that somebody who goes by the alias Rorschach was writing a synopsis of each chapter of Maridonia and the Seven Bridges and adding his own commentary. Needless to say, I was soiling myself to see what the fellow fan had to say. But I was sorely disappointed. Rorschach and the other members of Impish Idea are horrible, unredeemable trolls who criticize Gloria's masterpiece. They say the story makes no sense, and try to point out every mechanical and plot-related flaw they can think of. But they are full of garg, for Gloria Tesh is the world's youngest novelist and is infallible. This is obvious, because her website, www.maradonia.com, has testimonials from editors and professors that acclaim her books as works of brilliance. It's not like she could just make up sock puppets to pose as real professionals and like to make her books sound good. It wouldn't be necessary anyway. The lifelike imagination and magnificent beauty on the pages testifies for itself. You would think I could just ignore the negative opinions of some critics that nobody cares about, but it gets worse. I was looking forward to the movie adaptation of Maradonia and the Seven Bridges that was in production by a group of Team Tesh professionals. It was set to be in theaters in April 2011. But now it is May, and there is still no movie. I have been following their progress on www.maradoniamovie.com, and there have been no updates for quite some time. Gloria wrote her own news article where she stated the crew were in need of an extra camera and asked her loving fans to lend them one. I would have gladly given my camera for such a monumental endeavor, but sadly I do not have one. But I doubt that's why the movie stopped production. No, I think it is more likely that Gloria Tesh and her team saw the negative criticism on Impish Idea and were so devastated they decided to give up making the movie. How dare you evil, despicable trolls give negative feedback to the world's youngest novelist and hurt her pride so much to stop making the movie? You should all feel very ashamed. Rorschach and the rest of you Impish Idea trolls should have stopped at Maradonia and the Seven Bridges, but no, you have begun sporting the second installment to the series, Maradonia and the Gold of Offer. It's unthinkable. How dare you criticize a series of novels that contain unforgettable phrases like glowing cushion of burning snowflakes, the diarrhea of words, food affects your mood, but what about poison, and this is a shame, not a game? It gets even worse. The Maradonia series is not the only great work of fiction they criticize. They write negative articles concerning the Twilight Saga, the Inheritance Cycle, and Dragon's Lexicon Triumvirate. When I heard Christopher Paolini announce the fourth and final installment to the series, titled Inheritance, I soiled myself in excitement. When I saw the green dragon on the cover art, it took my breath away. Some of you trolls keep saying there wouldn't have needed to be a fourth book if Paolini focused on wrapping up the overarching plotline in Brazinger instead of writing side adventures that were not relevant to the main story. But to that, I say, fuck all you. As for dragons, lexicon triumvirate, you cannot criticize it because the author, Kenneth Ang, is the only consciousness and is the god of the universe. Stop calling Kenneth Ang an insane racist. Just because he wrote published articles titled Why I Hate Blacks and Why I Hate Whites, preaching Asian supremacy and is now in prison does not make him either racist or psychotic. The worst is criticism for the Twilight Saga. Have you never seen Edward Cullen? I wish Edward would like Justin Bieber so he could become a vampire and stay 16 years old and his voice would never crack. Then me, Justin, and Edward could have a three-way homosexual marriage for all eternity. But Edward is a vegetarian and would never drink Justin Bieber's blood, so it is only an erotic fantasy. So go after Impish Idea and all the trolls making negative criticism on YouTube and give them a big slap. Freedom of speech allows us to object to their negative criticism with our own opinions, but it doesn't mean they should be allowed to express their opinions with their negative criticism. That's not the way it works. I got really held up on that rent, but in the next episode I will find a Chaos Emerald for sure. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe.